You know, when you talk about forgiveness, very often you get people objecting to forgiveness, saying that you don't understand, you don't know what this person did to me, this was so painful. And I do not want to minimize that. However, I'd like to bring to our attention that when we don't forgive, when we hold somebody in our mind and our heart, they occupy a certain space, which means other beautiful things cannot flow into those spaces. And it frees us to let somebody go. That we don't have to talk about them. We don't have to talk about what they did. When we struggle to forgive them, we make them an event in our lives. They get to scar us, and our lives have the potential of getting stuck there. Then we struggle to move forward because we are harboring something painful that happened in the past. However, when we learn to cut our losses, because we cannot do anything about it, we learn to move on. We open up our minds and our hearts for something beautiful, for something different, for something special, different from how we experienced whatever it is that happened. Forgiveness frees us. Forgiveness is a type of freedom, is something that liberates us. There's that whole saying about not forgiving somebody is as if you drink poison and expect someone else to die. But it's like we poison ourselves with negativity, and negativity does not help us. So if we can find it in our hearts, we need to forgive. And forgiveness does not mean that one has to trust the person. Forgiveness does not mean that one has to be friends with the person that hurt us. Forgiveness simply means that this debt that you've given me, I choose not to hold it off. It's like when businesses have a lot of claims, or people need to pay them, and the cost of pursuing that debt, the cost of pursuing those people to pay the debt they owe, businesses find it wiser to just write it off. So it helps us to write it off, to write off the painful things that people have done to us. And I'm not saying that that can happen within a minute, within a week, within a year. I'm saying that it's something that is helpful to us, that we are able to flourish better when we forgive people, when we let them go. And sometimes that might mean we have to give them a call. Sometimes that might mean we have to just sit by ourselves and just decide and make a quality decision for ourselves that I am letting this person go, and I'm choosing to embrace beautiful things. I'm choosing to embrace whatever newness that comes into my life, as opposed to living in the past and living in pain. I choose to embrace something positive. I choose to build my life, to not make my life about what happened to me, to make my life about where I need to go. Forgiveness is something that helps us to move forward, to build, to embrace beauty, to grow, to develop, to expand ourselves, to open our hearts, to open our minds. And open minds and open hearts are able to change the world, are able to learn. We're able to take those negative experiences and write more books, write plays, to become wiser. It helps us to take what happened to us, the negativity, and translate it into something beautiful, something that just helps us move forward. So though it is not easy, it is worth trying, with attempting to try and be free, to try and forgive what other people have done to us, and even forgive us, forgive the things that we have done, because living in the past does not help us to conquer the future. So if we can't do anything about it, it helps us to let it go, to cut our losses, to move on into new frontiers, into something more beautiful, into a better, worthier, healthier, more profound life. Forgive and flourish.